Hi children, Namaste. Welcome to the class. This is Srinivas sir. You are watching Srinivas sir YouTube channel. This is Social Studies class 6th lesson 9 Community Decision Making in a Tribe. Lesson 9th Community Decision Making in a Tribe. Part 2. Dear children, in part 1 of this lesson, what we have discussed already, we have discussed what is the meaning of the community, who are called tribes, why do they called tribes, what are the main characteristics of the tribe, what are the major occupations of the tribes, in what way are the people of a tribe equal. Dear children, all these questions were already discussed in first part of this lesson. Once again, I will recall them for you. Community means a group of people living in a place and sharing a common understanding and often the same language, manners, tradition, and law. Community means a group of people living in a place and sharing a common understanding and the same language, same manners, same tradition, and law. Who are called tribes? Different kinds of societies who generally live in forest areas are called tribes. The people who live in forest areas are called tribes. There are many tribes in our country. All the tribes togetherly called Adivasis. The tribes are also known as Adivasis in our country, India. The tribal people, the Adivasis, are living all the states in India. Almost all the states in our country have one tribe or the other living in the forest areas. The largest number of Adivasis living in Madhya Pradesh and Bihar in India. There are different tribal communities in our Telangana. They are Chenchus, Kondareddis, Gonds, Koyas, and Savaras. A tribe may settle in several small villages or habitations over a large area. The major occupations of the tribes are cultivation, farming, gathering food from the forests, grazing animals, and making clothes, baskets, tools, etc. The indigenous people, a tribe, possesses certain qualities and characteristics that make it a unique cultural, social, and political entity. They all have different ways of life, different languages, cultures, etc. They all are not same. They speak different languages. They pray different gods. They follow different cultures and traditions. So their languages are different, their gods are different, their traditions are different, their cultures are different, their rules are different. So everything is different from one tribe to another tribe. Why are they called tribes despite these differences? It is because they share certain common characteristics. They are all the members of a tribe consider themselves to be descendants of a common ancestor. Second one, resources like land, forests, pastures, and water are the common wealth of the entire tribe. and there is no acute difference like rich and poor, and all the families of the tribe do all kinds of work. Fifth one, men have greater power and role in decision making than women. Last one, sixth one, the tribes give a lot of importance to the celebration of festivals and rituals. By these six characteristics, what we have understood, we can call them as tribes. These are the details which we have discussed already, part 1 of this lesson. In this video, part 2 of this lesson, we are going to discuss about how do tribes take decisions about matters of the common concern. How do they settle disputes among their members? What is called the panch? What are the some important functions of the panch? What is called patla? What is the relation between the panch and the patla? What is the special role of a patla? When can a patla be removed? All these questions will be discussed in this lesson. Let us start. How do tribal people take decisions about their common problems? How do they settle disputes among their members? How do we know the answers? How do we know about them? If we study one tribal community, we will know the answers. So let's study a famous tribal community. Those who are living in Telangana are Gonds. The Gonds are famous tribal community in our Telangana. In which districts are the Gonds living in Telangana? The Gonds are living in Adilabad district in Telangana. I am repeating once again. The Gonds are living in Adilabad district in Telangana. The Gonds are not only living in Adilabad but also in Asifabad Komrambhim district, Manchiryal district and also in Nirmal. So the Gonds are living in Adilabad, Komrambhim, Asifabad, Manchiryal and Nirmal in our Telangana. How do we know about the Gonds? If we study the books about the Gonds, we will know the details about the Gonds. How do they settle their problems? How do they take their decisions among their members? Who wrote books about them? This was the man who wrote many books about different tribal communities in India. He wrote many books about Gonds who are living in Adilabad district in Telangana. Who was he? He was Führer Heimandarf. Führer Heimandarf. Führer Heimandarf was an anthropologist, a scholar. What is the meaning of anthropologist? Anthropologist. Anthropologist means the person who scientifically studies humans and their customs, traditions, beliefs and relationships. The anthropologist means the person who studies scientifically human beings about their origin, their past and their present, their customs, traditions, beliefs and relationships. The person who studies about the human beings is called anthropologist. Führer Heimandarf came to Telangana in the 1940s with his wife. Führer Heimandarf came to Telangana in the 1940s. He lived among the tribes and noted down his observation about the culture, lifestyle, beliefs, decision making of the tribes. He lived among the tribal communities and noted down all the information about them. He was not only studied about the Gonds who lived in Adilabad district, but also he studied about the Chenchus, the Kondareddis, and wrote many books about them. He also studied several other tribal communities of India, especially in the northeastern states. So let us study about Gond Panch and Patla. Gond Panch and Patla. Dear children, just now in this video I asked you two questions. How do tribal people take decision about their common problems? How do they settle disputes among their members? To take the important decisions about their common problems and to settle disputes among their members, the Gond tribal community has the Panch. The tribal community has a Panch. What is called the Gond Panch? What is the meaning of the Panch? Panch. Panch means the council, the committee. Who are the members in this council? The adult men. The men of the Gond tribes are the members in the council, in this committee. So this council is called Gond Panch. Every Gond tribal village has its own Panch. The village headman is its chairman. I am repeating once again. The village headman is the chairman of the Panch. The village headmen derive their authority from this Panch, from this village council. The village headman gets his power from the council. He implemented all the decisions through the village council, through the Panch. If the members of the council rejected any decision, not accepted any decision, it is not implemented by the headman. So the village headman gets its power from the council. So this council has the last word in matters of concerning the village as a whole. That means the decisions made in the council apply to the whole tribal community, whole village. The decisions made in the council apply to everyone in the tribal community. So that is why the Panch in a sense represents the Gond society as a whole. I am repeating once again. The Panch in a sense represents the Gond society as a whole. Dear children, does the Panch meet regularly? No, the Panch does not meet regularly, but only when necessary. If there is any problem, if there is any serious issue, then only the Panch will meet. Then only the Panch conduct meeting to solve their issue, to solve the problem. When the important matters are discussed, all adult men will be present and the young boys and women watch the proceedings. Just now we have discussed already, the men are the members of this council, the members of this Panch. The young boys and the women do not participate in this Panch. We have already discussed the men have greater power and role in the decision making. So the young boys and women cannot be the members of the Panch. Dear children, who cannot be the members of the Panch? The young boys and the women cannot be the members of the Panch. The young boys and the women cannot be the members of the Panch. Women have no voice in the council, but they can freely put their case before it. The women do not take any decision in the council. They were not allowed to take any decision in the punch. But they can freely put their case before it without any fear. What are the important functions of the punch? What are the important functions of the punch? Some of the important functions of the punch are: the punch fixes the dates of major festivals. It allows or rejects marriages or divorces. It sets down norms for marriages or death rights. It settles disputes among them. The punch can impose fines and may even force a person to leave the village or even order all other Gonds not to have any relation with him. These are the important functions of the punch. Let's look in detail. The first function is it fixes the dates of major festivals. We knew already that tribals give more importance to festivals and rituals. So to celebrate the different festivals at different dates, they fix the dates. They fix the dates for major festivals. Second one, the punch can allow or reject marriages or divorces. So without permission of the punch, without acceptance of the punch, in tribal communities, the marriages and divorces are not allowed. Next one, it set down norms for marriages or death rights. The punch can set the rules and regulations for marriages and death rights. Those in the community decide who should marry whom and who should not. So they can decide some rules and regulations for marriages and death rights. The punch settles disputes. If there are any problems, if there are any issues, the punch can settle their disputes. The punch can impose fines. The punch can impose fines. If any person go against the rules, if any person go against the community, the punch can impose the fines. And the punch can even force a person to leave the village. That means the person is prohibited by the punch. So the punch can prohibit a person if he or she committed any crime or go against the rules and regulations. And the punch can also give orders all the Gonds not to have any relation with the accused person, prohibited person. When a dispute involves people from many villages, then the councils of all the villages concerned meet in a joint panchayat. We knew already there are many village tribal communities in the Gonds. Each Gond tribal village has its own punch. If there are any problems between the two Gond villages or among the different tribal villages, all the village punch, all the village councils meet together. They conduct a joint panchayat to solve their problems. What things do the punch take into account while resolving a problem? What issues does a punch consider when resolving an issue? For example, when a dispute is presented to the punch, the first aim is to get the facts of the case. The two parties are allowed to make detailed presentation of their points of view. Dear children, what does the punch do when a dispute is presented before it? While resolving a problem, while settling a dispute or a case, one must confirm the facts of the case. One must confirm the facts of that case. That is why the punch allowed the two parties to make a detailed representation of their points of view. After listening the two parties' facts, then some elder members of the community may cross-question them to ascertain the actual facts, whether they are saying correct or incorrect. Are they saying right or wrong? To confirm the truths, to check the truths, the elders of the community ask the questions for the two parties, whether they are saying correct or incorrect. They also ask the witnesses to give their evidences. After the cross questioning and by checking the evidences, the punch discusses the provisions of the traditional customs of the Gonds and the decisions in the previous cases of the similar kind. The members of the council discuss what was the solution or what was the justice was given in the past for the same kind of case. They try to arrive at a solution acceptable to both parties. When all aspects of the case, all the details of the case have been debated, discussed, one of the senior members proposes a settlement. Hence, this is not the final decision. The person affected can propose some changes. After hearing his or her reasons, the punch will make the final decision. The punch will make the final decision after hearing that person. These are the things that punch take into account while resolving a problem, while settling a dispute among the members. For better understanding of the Gond punch, here is an interesting example of how they do justice. In our textbook, one case study is given. Let us study the case study. One day, a girl brought a case before the punch against a man who teased her. When she slapped him for it, he hit her and she fell on the ground, but finally managed to run away. What happened one day? A girl brought a case before the punch. What was the case? A man teased a girl. So the girl went to the punch and complained about that person. How did the punch do justice to that girl? How did the punch solve the problem? What decision did they take? So when this girl complained about that man, the punch was conducted a meeting. The moment ago we discussed already, before doing the justice to that girl, the punch must be know the facts about that case. So to know the facts about that case, the members of the council asked the questions both the accused person and the experienced girl. Then he admitted his guilt. The accused person admitted his guilt, accepted his crime. So before taking the decision, the punch asked the girl what she wished to be done to the accused. Then she said that he should be given the most insulting punishment and that he should give a letter in writing that he would not trouble her anymore in the future. What she asked must be punish him seriously and a letter. So then the punch ordered him to stand in the middle of the punch, bow down before the girl and beg for pardon. So this is the justice done to the girl. Till now we have discussed about the punch. What were the main functions of the punch? How the punch take decisions among the members. Now let us study about the patla. the village headman, who is called Patla. What is the meaning of the Patla? We knew already every Gond tribal village has the headman. The headman of the Gond village is called Patla. This Patla position is generally hereditary. The Patla position is hereditary. What is the meaning of hereditary? Hereditary means it is an arrangement in which the son or the daughter gets the father's or mother's title or property automatically after their death is called hereditary. Hereditary means varasatvamu. Hereditary means varasatvamu. Hereditary means the father's or mother's title or property automatically transferred to their children after their death. So it is called hereditary. Here the Patla position is hereditary. For example, the great grandfather becomes the Patla. After his death, the grandfather becomes the Patla. After the grandfather's death, the son became the Patla. After the death of the son, his son, grandson became the Patla. Like this, the position remains in the same family and transferred to one generation to another generation. The Patla is answerable to the Panch, but in many cases he can be an effective leader. We already discussed every village has its Panch. The village headman is its chairman. So he got his authority from the Panch. That is why he must be answerable to the Panch. Anyway, in some times he will take his own decisions without consulting the Panch for the welfare of the village, for the welfare of the society. Usually, he is from the family of the person who had led the formation of the village in the beginning. The village headman, Patla, functions on a daily basis. The Patla works daily for the whole community. Anyway, there are differences between the Panch and the Patla. There are differences between Panch and the Patla. Panch. Panch can meet only once in a while. Panch is not a hereditary, but Patla functions on daily basis. Patla is a hereditary. So what are the differences between the Panch and the Patla? Panch only meet once in a while. Patla functions on a daily basis. Panch is not a hereditary. Patla is a hereditary. Let us discuss what are the important functions of the Patla. What is the role of the Patla? The functions of the Patla is to ensure the unity of the villagers and negotiate with the outsiders of the village and government agencies on behalf of the villagers. He also coordinates various community activities of the village, including festivals. He also has to entertain and feed guests of the village. So what were the functions of the Patla? He must be maintain unity among the villagers and negotiate. He must be discuss with the outsiders and government agencies on behalf of the villagers, and he also coordinate the important activities of the village, including festivals. And he also must be receive the guest and must be entertain them on behalf of the villagers. So these are the important functions of the Patla. Dear children, how did the Patla do all these important functions without income? What did he get if he do all these activities, all these functions? In return for this all men and women of the village work in his fields for one day. Each and every family do labor work in the Patla's lands. So this assistance enable him to till more land than his own family can, and that to feed the guest of the village. So the Patla get more income when all the families are work on his field. By that income, he do all the activities for the whole community. When can a Patla be removed and why? When can a Patla be removed and why? The Patla can be removed in the two situations. They are whenever a headman, the Patla becomes arrogant and goes against the wishes of the people, the Panch may remove him and replace him with another person. If the person is very angry about the community and goes against the people, the Panch will remove him and replace him with another person. Alternatively, the other families may just leave the village and settle in a new place. If the Patla not left his position on his own will, the villagers only left the village and settled in a new place and choose the new Patla for them. Are there any Panch and Patlas nowadays in the God society? No, there are no Panch and Patlas nowadays. So Heimendorf also pointed out that this system was gradually changing even in the 1940s and 50s. Why this Panch system is changed? Why? Because in 1940s and 1950s, the Gond villages were inhabited by other communities, occupied by other communities. Who are that other communities? The Marathas and the Telugus came to Gond villages and settled in their places. And one more reason, the modern Panchayat Raj elections were began to take place. After independence, many changes took place in our country. So the government of India started Panchayat Raj elections once in every 5 years. So in that elections, Sarpanches were elected through the elections. And many people started going to the police or courts to settle their disputes. The headmen lost their position of importance with the election of the Sarpanches through direct elections. Dear children, by studying this Gond tribal community, what we have understood? We have understood by all the adult male members of the community were very important in taking the decision and conducting the activities of the community. And we also understood that every family had a say in the activities of the community. Every family had a active participation in the all activities of the community, and together they were more powerful than the headmen. And we also understood the headman had to keep the members of the community happy to retain his position and could not go against their wishes. And in return for his services to the tribe, he received some special privileges in the form of free labor in his field. This gave him more wealth than the other members of the tribe, but he was expected to spend this for the welfare of the tribe. Such was the arrangement in many of the tribes. Dear children, till now we have discussed about the Gonds. How do the tribes take decisions about matters of the common problem? How do they settle disputes among their members? What is called a Panch? What are the some important functions of the Panch? What is called a Patla? What is the relationship between the Panch and the Patla? What is the special role of the Patla? When can a Patla be removed? All these details are discussed in this lesson. I hope you understood the lesson. Thank you.